Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to do something completely different. We are going to play around with the ScanNcut, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to fussy cut, because this is adorable. I love it. Dawn was like, wow. So ScanNcut. So the scan part is what's going to make all the difference. Now I have a 325, one of the new ones, so I can send it from my embroidery machine to the machine. Now if you don't have that, then you can 225 will do it. Anything will do it. So you don't have to have this system going on. But it's what I have, and it's what I can show you. And it's pretty fantastic.
Judy Cook says now about today's video. Sue's going to convert me to using a ScanNcut. Looking forward to learning today.
Yes, yes. So I have, let's put this guy there. This is a fabric mat. And you have to use the correct mat. See all these codes up there? It reads it so it knows what it's doing. And this is just a piece of fat quarter that's kind of awesome. I thought it was cute. And it's sticky, so you stick it down. I have no backing. I don't have anything on it. And what I like to do, this is a brayer, and just really give it so it stays. Now there's a fabric blade, and there's the new rotary cutter, and I just got the rotary cutter. That's what I used Cricut for all the time, was the rotary cutter, because it was fantastic. But now brother has one, so I'm pretty much set on that. So let's open it up, and I'm going to put the other camera in place, Dawn, so you guys have a perfect view of my screen. So you can switch to that or whatever you want. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get my little pen here. The first thing we need to do is scan. Oops, it's a bit awkward because of the camera. Scan to cut data and start. And we're gonna see, this is what makes this one better. This is fussy cutting heaven, I think, probably, guys. Look at that. That is all the fabric in the scan. Isn't that cool? What do you think, Don?
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Frame the image. So what that means is you're just gonna cut out the white parts of it. Okay, so it's gonna recognize it, and it's just gonna take a minute. I think I put scan to cut data. I shouldn't have done that, but I can show you what else it can do if I did it wrong. Following me so far? Everyone's talking about snow. I know. What it's doing right now is you can set it to cut out all of these designs separately. Did you know that, Don?
I did not know that.
Yeah. And that's what it's thinking about.
That's why it's taking a while, because it's reading everything.
I picked the wrong one. Because of course I did.
That's cool.
So all we have to do is go back, and we'll go back again. So we're going to... Yeah, okay to delete it. Sorry, my bad. I got carried away. Go to the home button.
Well, it is exciting.
I like to play, so I'll show you where everything is. So I'm going to go to my connection. You can see right here, it's a machine, and we're going to retrieve. You can send or retrieve. And I already sent it over. So, there's our sweater. Yay, nice sweater. And now we want to do the right thing. Push the right button. It doesn't have the right cutting line data. Of course it does. I just did it. There it is. So these are the different parts that come out. Now we want this one because it's the middle one. And I'm going to go back one here and I'm going to make it color. And that changes it. So never mind on the color. So we want this one. Okay. Now we want, so this is the exact size of the applique design. The exact lines. So we want to make it just a little bit bigger. So, and we only want one, but the cool thing is if you're doing a whole bunch of them, then you could set a whole bunch of them, as many as will fit, you could add that on, which is cool. So if we were going to leave it like that, it would be, you know, a little bit. So right up here, and we're going to add to it. So not a whole lot. I have it in millimeters. So let's try 3. There we go. And is there a rotate? Yeah, just so we can see it to place it. So rotate it. And okay. And okay there. See, it's not complicated. So this is the one that we wanted. This is just going to scan it. So let's go ahead and do that this time. And it'll be much faster. Much faster. So everyone getting it so far? Baby Lock Destiny 2. I'm pretty sure it will. Whoop. It's, isn't that awesome? Ha! I love it. I love it. So, you can move it around, but I find it a little bit difficult to see. So, I think here, yeah, we can make our lines thicker. So, I want it to be able to see it. So, additional line on. That's it. That's all you get. So, okay, can you see it? It's pretty hard for me to see it. I wonder if I could change color. What could I do? I tried filling it in, but then you can't see what's underneath it, and it kind of defeats the purpose for fussy cutting. So I can kind of see it. You'd have to scrunch up a little bit, but let's... I did the owl yesterday. Let's try. So this is all you have to do is just move stuff around, move it around, and get it exactly where you want. And I really think this is super cool. I'm going to do it like this with the paw prints. Oh, isn't that awesome? I love it. So, yeah, you can see the line right here. Can you see it? It's blue.
Yeah, it's gotten zoomed in right in on it. So you can see
okay,
it
so, and the red box is showing you where. So, yeah, you just move it around, and you can see exactly where it goes. So, I've got an owl, and I think that's it's a bear. I was going to say a dog, but it's a bear.
I was thinking dog, too.
But move it around to wherever you want. Then we're going to go to OK. Now, I do have the rotary cutting blade in it, which is awesome. So you could, you know, change, do whatever you want on it. So this is where it comes out to. So please select cut. And are we ready? We're going to start. And the other thing about this machine is it's really quiet. So it's an automatic one too. So it's sensing the depth of everything.
And yes, Judy Quilt, you're going to want one.
Oh, it's fantastic for this. I'm thinking English paper piecing, fussy
awesome
cutting,
that, yeah.
super easy.
For sure.
There we go, you can hear it. So the only thing to remember is use the right scan, obviously, but, you know, scan it, bring it in, and then scan it. And make it a little bit bigger. That's why I switched it over to millimeters. And watch it go. This rotary cutter is fantastic. And look at that. 'Tis done. So you could do more if you want, or go to finish. And I'm going to eject that. And we don't need the camera anymore, Don, so I'm going to move it.
Okay.
All right, so it's out of my way as well. Let me just close this up. And we ready? What do you think?
Awesome.
Isn't that cool? That's exactly how I set it up. So we're still going to be able to see the bear.
That's some fussy cutting there.
That's some fussy cutting. I wanted to get the paw prints in too. So just pull it off. Now you see you've got some lint and stuff on it. You take a non-alcohol baby wipe, wipe it down, put your plastic back on. It'll be as good as new. You don't have to do it every time, but if you find there's a lot of fluffies. So just put the plastic on. And there we go. So what does everyone think of that? Let's see. Either has to have the upgrades or be Luminar 2 Plus. No, the ScanNcut, okay, it has to do with the numbers. So this is a 325 that just came out, and it has something that's called My Connection. And the only difference between the 325 and the 225 is that I can send it from my luminaire to the machine. If you have a 225, all you have to do is put in a USB. And you can do the same thing. So the 225, the 325, they cost a little bit more, but they can read PES files. So if you don't have the connection, then you can save the design either on from your machine or from your computer and put it here and pick out the applique line. That's the difference. So with My Connection, I can just send it from the machine to here. It's not really a big deal, but it is convenient. Yeah. So if you have a ScanNcut that can read PES files, the more expensive ones, it will work. You just have to use a USB.
So the 125, does it read PES?
It does not. It does not. That's what I wanted. But you don't even have to have that. You do it on your computer, and you can pull out a lot of places, give you the SVG. You just have to mind the size.
Right.
So
you can still use...
If this was a Cricut, I would have it on the computer, and in PE Design you can pull out actually from PE Design you can send it to here, but that's besides the point. But you could pull out the SVG, bring it into Cricut, and make sure the size, and send it to your Cricut and cut it. Very so nice. You don't have to have this. I have it so I could test it out and let you guys know like what the big difference is. It's handy, but it's also a little bit pricey. So, yeah.
Marianne says she loves it. She bought the previous Disney edition, but she can still use the USB.
Yeah, and that's no big deal. I've done it for years and years. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. And in the 225, so remember the ones that read PES files, you can also use the rotary blade. So that's handy. I find it works a whole lot better. That's what I love my Cricut for. It's the rotary blades because it makes all the difference. Now the only thing I wish is the ScanNcut had Cricut-like mats.
Yeah.
I don't like the mats, but nobody does. Nobody does. So this is what you can do, and you can do it on any fabric, anytime, any place, but it's kind of handy sending it from the machine to there. I mean, it doesn't do anything else different, but the key to me, is having it be able to read PES files.
Lonnie says the rotary cutter only works with the ScanNcuts that have an X.
Oh, okay, good advice. I didn't know that. Yeah, the higher end ones. So if they're reading PES files, they're assuming that you are going to want to do that. I don't want Disney. Does your machine have Disney? No, it does not. I don't need Disney either. I'm assuming you mean the cutter. No, I didn't get the Disney one. It costs more, and it was harder to get up for it. Solaris is, Sandy says, I use my Cricut the most. Yeah, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. The end result is the same. The only difference is this one scans, so you can literally precision place it, and it's easier. So you're making me want a new ScanNcut. Mine is a CM550. I don't even know if I can get mats and blades for it anymore. Time to upgrade.
Yep.
Upgrade.
Hey, Christmas is next Saturday.
Yeah, Christmas is next Saturday.
Have you been good this year? Santa might bring you one.
Really now?
Well, you never know.
Really now. Are there any more questions? I only have the 125. That's fine, Sandy. You can still cut fabric out. You don't have to have it read PS files, but it is kind of fun. Another thing you can do that it reads PS files, instead of cutting, you can draw. And I don't know if you guys have seen any of my work on that, but it's really cool. It's really cool to do. It's a lot of fun. So I want the new ScanNcut DX, and I want the new fabric blades. Yeah, there's only one blade. So I could show it to you guys here. We're still on the top cam. Yeah. So this is the housing. And look, it's just little. It's just little. But you can buy replacement blades if you need to. But as you can see, it's really smart. I didn't have to set any depth or do anything. It's an auto blade. So, yes, I would love to upgrade to this. Yeah. It's, you know what? It's handy. I decided I am tired of rotary cutting because I don't do it very well. I'm working on a Tula Pink quilt, and I cut everything out on this, which is awesome. If I don't have an AccuQuilt die for it, I'm going to use my cutter because it will cut anything out.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no. It takes me too long, and I just don't. I need it perfect, and this does it just fine. So you can set everything up on your iPad. You can set everything up on the machine, or you can do it at your computer. And then I just put the fabric down and cut just the way we did. So yeah. Okay, let's go to the machine, and we might as well stitch this bad boy out. What do you think?
Cat and Jack is up.
Cat and Jack is up.
Ready to go.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any more questions, let me know. I plan on doing more videos like this, just cutting out the applique. So if we're doing a big sweet pea design, then, you know, I'll show you guys how to cut out the applique. Whether or not you have a ScanNcut, doesn't matter. You can do it on any cutting machine, right? So we're not going to worry about that. So, yeah, that was the placement. I had the batting down. I did. So I made it 3 millimeters bigger. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I want to see. I did too many yesterday, and it was too much. I ruined my fabric mat by putting it in heat and bond on the fabric, and it stuck to the mat. Haven't used it since. I'm sure a lot of people made that boo-boo. Yeah. Because it won't come off. I have a couple of extra mats in case I do something like that, which you're not the only one.
It's not a bad idea to have a backup.
No, it's not a bad idea. So my iPad's going to kind of be in the way, but I need to trim this, Don. But that's okay. Back to the desk.
Yep.
All right. All right. So we're going to do a little trim. I just keep this up so I can see the questions. Hopefully today is a good trim day. I should be using my scissors properly. Remember last time what I did when I wasn't using my scissors properly? I stabbed it. I stabbed it. So I thought this would be really fun to do and, you know, let you guys know how cool this is. How much easier it is. I'm going to say time saver too. It's a lot of fun too. I find it easy and fun. What are you chuckling at, Don?
Leah says, I assume that there will not be a video next Saturday since our dinner isn't until 4 and family isn't coming until 12. I guess I'll need to find something else.
Yeah, no video
Sorry.
next week. I
Sorry, Leah.
think we officially said that we're not going to do any more videos for the holiday because people get busy and they're not watching them. But we will be doing some, just not officially, if that makes any sense.
They'll just randomly show up?
Yeah, they'll just randomly show up. So, yeah, we thought that would be better. And if we get busy, then we get busy. So look at that. Look at that, Dawn. Oh, what I'm going to do.
Perfect.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic? This is so cool. I'm just going to put a little bit of spray here just because I want it to stay. You could use tape or, you know, nothing. Let's see. I'm so excited. Oh, what do you think? Yeah,
Perfect.
that makes me, doesn't that make me happy? That makes me happy. Yeah, let's bring it back to the machine and stitch this down.
Yeah, nice placement.
I like this. I like the bear. Now we're going to stitch it down. And guess what? We don't have to trim it. So that's a good amount. I'm thinking 2 is enough. That seems like it is a bit too much. So that's the rule. 2 millimeters bigger. 2 pluses. I think it's going to be fine though. I like it. I like it, Don. So, yeah, it is a little bit big, but yeah. Everyone should spend time with family. Yeah. Lynn says, well, that is so cool. We should get Lynn to use the cutter.
Yes.
It would still work on Mickey. So now we're doing the details of it. But just picture with, especially with Christmas fabric. I mean, even if you're not doing an ugly one, this isn't really an ugly one. It's more of a pretty one. But Fussy cut everything. And, I just think it's fantastic. It's the scan part. It's actually a really good scanner.
The scan is very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy. Love how you cut this first. Yeah. Well, everyone's been asking me about using a cutter, so that was my inspiration for getting the newest one. So we can work with, you know, those kind of benefits. And I think it'll be really good. So I'm going to do more videos like this. Even if it's just doing a cutting video. Because I noticed when I told everyone that I got this, everyone says, oh, I have it, but I never use it. And I would like to fix that. For sure. So I'm going to skip the next one because I don't want anything over my lovely design. So the next step is the outline, which means we are going to put the back fabric face down. I just have a little bit of leftover on it. Is that going to fit? I don't know. Kind of cheating and looking through. What?
Are we playing back fabric chicken?
Yes. I can't answer that. No, we're not, Don. Why would we play back fabric chicken?
I just wondered.
I found a bigger piece. That's the only reason why. What?
I think I need a bigger box.
Yes. There we
That
go.
looks awesome.
Now you could also fussy cut the back. I didn't even think of that for some reason.
Well, yeah, you could.
Then I'd have it two-sided. Yeah. While you have it up, you just like duplicate it. So I was a little bit off on mine with putting it 3 bigger. So 2 is enough. You can't have it exactly the same because the fabric isn't going to catch properly. So you do need to make it like a tish bigger. Boop, boop. I'm happy with the way this turned out. Back to the desk, Don. So I think if you were doing a whole bunch of something, that having your applique cut out already would be awesome. I think it would be handy. You know what I used it for? I made an Anita Good Design mandala something, and I cut all the pieces of fabric out because it was a lot. The whole thing was applique done like 45 times or something.
Loretta's asking do you have to have the fabric cover the whole mat?
No.
It's only if you're wanting to fussy cut because you need extra.
Well, you gotta...
Fussy cut it.
What you can do... Okay, so Scrap Buster Supreme. Mm-hmm. If you have, like, smaller pieces and you're cutting out smaller pieces on the mat, you can just place them with a little space, okay? And then you scan it, and then you can move so they fit on the shapes.
Scrap,
yeah. So, no, you do not.
So you could put like 4 different fabric patterns on there.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Fussy cut out
You can
sweater.
add.
You're not necessarily fussy cutting, but you're putting 4 sweaters
Cutting.
on your scraps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'll do, because that's a very good question, and that really shows what I'm talking about, is when this is stitching out the satin stitches, because we don't need to watch that. Let's do that.
All right.
We'll just bring in a couple shapes, and I'll show you guys how to do it, because that is definitely, as a matter of fact, we won't do that. We're going to do this. So let me get my stuff ready. Thank you, Chris Yost. Move stuff around. I can put the camera back because it's still on. There we go. Because we're going to need it. So I'm going to get my mat out. You guys will love this. But very, very good question, because that is exactly what this is for. This is definitely a benefit of it. So I'm just going to put a couple scraps here. I mean, if you have plans, I don't have any plans for this one. I'm not stitching out. So give it a good shove, and you can put it anywhere. Anywhere you want. Just looking for more scraps here. I guess I'll cut this up. I think I have a charm square. So, yeah. You guys will love this. Have you seen me do this yet, Don? No, that's Tula Pink. Don.
You're not actually cutting, are you?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind.
Don.
Oh, here you go.
Yep, there we go. So, what do you think of this?
Well, there you go. 3 different
3 different scraps. I think that'll be a good enough amount to show it. And I gotta move the camera just so I can get the thing down. So now we'll put it back. So there we go. So we're going to bring that in. So obviously we're gonna have to do small things, but these machines, we're gonna go back, have an absolute ton of things built in. So we're gonna delete all patterns. So let's go and have a look at it. Beep. No. Am I holding it funny? There we go. I was. Look at all of this that you can do. Let's just pick a shape. So you guys ready to see? Look at. There's also quilt blocks.
Oh, I see diamonds.
Oh, how we hate diamonds. Those weird diamonds. We'll do a pentagon, and I'm just going to do set and then add. I'll probably have to make it a little bit smaller. But there's more. If you scroll down, look, quilt.
Oh, nice.
Quilt pieces. Yeah, there's really a lot built in.
Now, it would be nice to do that quilt piece one with a large piece of fabric in there.
Well, yeah, it's different colors, so, but it tells you how to do it. So, my favorite one there. So I'm just leaving the size. We're going to adjust it afterwards. I don't care where it is either. And we need one more. So pattern, shapes, just circle maybe, some kind of circle. Sure, why not? So next thing we want to do is scan and start. So then we know where to place everything, right? Cool. Following me so far, Don?
Yep.
You can see it already. So let's put our bear guy in the diamond. Oh yeah, by the way, you can zoom in as well. It's easy to do, but I won't be able to see it. So let's edit. So object edit. So the one I have selected, we're going to make it smaller. You don't even have to worry about the numbers for this. It's just whatever's going to fit, right? How cool. So let's select this one and let's make it smaller. This is kind of a small piece, maybe. So this is kind of, this shape is kind of cool for what? For English paper piecing. So there's a lot of other things we can do here. Look, I mean, you can see there's a ton of stuff. So you could also fill it in. Let me show you what that looks like. Fill on. And see it filled in blue? Can you see that?
Yep.
So you can see it better. Now, I'm not fussy cutting, so I can do it that way and make it so I can see it. But yeah, zoom in if you want. Okay, we're ready to go. Ready to go. Please select. We're going to cut because we don't want to draw. And they're all placed properly on 3 pieces of fabric. You guys ready for this? Hopefully I didn't use my brayer, so... So that was a good question, and I'm happy to show you guys how it works. This I love. I can think of so many things. It only took a minute. And what did it take? Maybe 2 minutes to set it up?
Yeah, something like that. Wasn't too long at all.
Also, heck of a use for Scrap Buster. Okay, so we ready to see? Finish cutting. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, alright, I have to move the camera a bit to put this up. Oh, okay, I'll move it out of the way. Okay, so, we ready? I guess it's helpful to use the tools instead of my nails. But there we go. I use my Cricut tools too all the time. One perfect circle. Look at that. I did it.
Fussy cut it.
I did.
Awesome.
And a pentagon. And I used up the scraps. There's nothing left. So the answer...
Perfect applique shapes.
Yeah. The answer is yes, you can do it that way. Isn't that cool?
That is awesome.
That's the benefit of the scan part. And I mean, if you don't have the scan part, you can still cut out anything you want.
What size is the mat?
12 by 12.
What is the largest shape you can cut out?
Well, anything that fits onto the 12 by 12. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But quilt blocks, built-in quilt blocks, I always make sure I cover this up right away. Now, I'm going to have to clean this, but...
Yeah, you don't want any extra fuzzy.
No. Before I do anything. But isn't that something? Isn't that cool? So if I was doing an applique, like a project with all these, they're done. They're cut. It's perfect. So, do you guys want to see the quilt blocks? What do you want to see? Accidental Dawn cam. Great, Dawn. Okay. Would it be good to put backing on the fabric if it frays a lot? Yeah, just make sure it doesn't stick or you ruin your mat, right? We don't want to ruin your mat, for sure. This machine could be a game changer for me and my fabric scraps. Judy Quilt, I'm going to say yes. It is a game changer. I think being frugal and using up all your scraps, the fussy cutting, see, I'm getting better at the fussy cutting. I think it's awesome. So when I'm doing something, I go to my scrap bin first and see if I have a piece big enough. So someone said yes, quilt blocks. I have to get my... All right. I gotta get the pen. Sorry, moving camera. There we go. So let's go back and let's go home. Let's go home.
If you can you put your hand over top? I know it's a little more awkward, but it auto-focuses on your hand anytime you're in.
Okay. Okay, so we're just going to take a quick tour of the stuff. Wow. So I went here first. Yep, look at them. All set up for you. These are kind of vaguely English paper piecing, but let's go to one like this. So there's a lot of quilt squares in there. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it is. We'll just flip through a couple and then a couple more of the... But these are specifically for fabric. So, I mean, it would be super easy to make a quilt, basically, because it's all there. You could pick different patterns, everything. Look at that. Ooh. Some of these shapes are hard to do. So it goes on and on. There's seriously a lot. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. There's a lot.
They look amazing, though.
They look amazing. So hundreds, I guess, of them. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is cute. These are appliques. Isn't that cute?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, flowers and different things. And then here, people will like that. Isn't that cute?
Birthdays, nice.
And with this machine, the other thing you can do is if you have a design here, you can send it to your machine and then
That's
use
cool.
my design center to set up applique.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's very cool.
I thought it was pretty neat. Look at leaves, different things. So, letters. Oh, big applique letters. Very cool. And this is another thing that I find very handy. You make your own rickrack. You can do this. You can even do this one all on fabric. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
There's so much in it. Now, obviously, with something intricate like this, you would want to put a backing on it or something because, and you don't want to make it too small because obviously it's not going to cut. So, for the fussy cutting alone, it's worth it. I love it. I love it. And that's why I had two machines. Because I love the Cricut because it does fabric very nicely and it has the rotary blade. But I'm not sure if I could live without the scanning. I just find it so awesome. My Cricut is dying a very slow and painful death. So
You've had it a while.
yeah, I've had and it's well used. So that's why I decided to sell my 225 and upgrade and get all the stuff for it. So it's awesome. So yeah, you can get a Disney one. You don't have to. I didn't, but they'll have Mickey on it. Oh, they have lots of sayings too. All the days of the week, and there's more on the canvas. Look at, like, seriously, there's a lot of stuff. Now, these are more for paper than fabric, but I really loved the fact that they had so much in it. Oh, these you could draw. You always have a choice to draw, draw or cut. Then there's other things that you can get to it, like foiling, and I have the calligraphy set, and it's just gorgeous. So, any other questions? Anyone? Well, he was in the Navy. Tattoos are such beautiful artwork. Yes. I'm going to have to research this. I'm a gadget person. I don't quilt, but I have bags and bags of scraps. I have to watch the beginning of the video. I was late to the party. In the beginning of the video, I showed a little more about fussy cutting. So I fussy cut out my shirt like this, my ugly sweater. That was fussy cut, and then we stitched it a little bit. Came up with, you got to make it, a tiny bit bigger, not huge. And then we stitched it down. And then someone asked about scraps, so I put 3 scraps on the mat and just cut out some shapes, and this is what we got. This one I managed to fussy cut, just not by accident, but I just picked 3 different. Yeah, it turned out well. And I mean, this is adorable. This one. I love that fabric. It's so busy though. Mm-hmm. Does it work with baby lock? Well, I can't say for sure, but I'm going to give it like a 90%, 95% yes, because brother and baby lock are so close. But the answer is it works with any machine, just in a different way. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So with brother, I can say I have my connection. I don't know about that. But if you have like an older machine, single needle machine or whatever, you just put it on a USB and get the information. If you have a higher end one, the more expensive one that can read PES files, you just copy the PES and put the USB in there, and then you pick out the applique part. If you don't have one, then you just have to extract the shape and send it over, or put it on a USB. So it works with everything, just in different ways. Now, unless you have a brother luminaire or whichever ones it works with, I wouldn't bother getting the 325 because you don't need it. The difference between the 225 and the 325 is simply a connection, my connection, which I love because I have both machines and it's kind of awesome. So that's my advice on that. It doesn't work wirelessly with Baby Lock. Yeah, I don't know because I don't have a Baby Lock. Maybe hop onto their website and see what they have. But again, if you have a Cricut, if you have a Silhouette, then it works. It works. Silhouette, I think you can buy, costs a little bit more for a program that'll read PES. I just find it handy, but you don't have to have it. So I know like Sweet Pea, they give you the SVGs. So you just have to take the size, send the SVG over, or bring it into the Cricut and resize it, make sure it's the right size, trace it. There you go. Send it to your machine. So any cutter works with any machine. You just have to get the information in a different way. This is by far the easiest, in my opinion. It's also really expensive, but I'm going to use it a lot. I keep it close to my embroidery machine and sewing machine, so it's always handy.
I knew you moved it.
I did, because we're not going to move a camera, because you know. So yeah, I think game changer. I am really happy about it. I'm really excited how well it works. The scanning is just delightful. I hate wasting stuff, so yeah, I guess I need to figure this out. I have a Cricut and Baby. Yeah, if you have a Cricut, use the Cricut. The cutters are great. You just remember, you have to get the information to it in a different way. That's all it is. So any cutter works with any machine, just in a different way. So if you have a Cricut, use the Cricut. It cuts fabric fantastically. They have fabric mats and they have brilliant rotary cutters. I'm pretty sure Silhouette has a rotary cutter too. That's the key, in my opinion. So use it, but use it. Use it. If you have a scan and cut, make sure you scan and cut it. So if you have any more questions, then you can head on over to the OML Embroidery University Facebook group, and I'll be happy to answer them. Hopefully this was a really good demo for you guys, explaining and showing everything you need. Make sure you pick up your Ugly Christmas sweaters. It's all in support of OML embroidery and a new computer to make our lives easier. And they will only be on the website for a limited time. There's no scheduled videos until January 1st, when we do need a good design, but we will be popping in for some holiday fun. So just nothing scheduled. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys will dig out your cutters that you already have and get using them, because the results are fantastic. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Merry Christmas!
Bye everyone.